Today it's John here with Ginger's Construction again. I thought I'd like to do a little video on this trailer. It's the first trailer that I had. Previously, when I started out in 2012, I had a 2500 pickup truck short box, which I put a cap on. And I'll see if I can find some pictures and I'll put them up too, so you can see where I started. And it's small, but it worked. And I often worked alone. I did a lot of re-roof, shingle, and from there it's growing. And this is the first trailer I bought. It was a big step. I really wondered how I could survive. I bought this thing used for $2,500. It was in tough shape, but it was cheap, and that's what I could afford. At the same time, I also purchased some more tools. That's when I upgraded to the Milwaukee. Previously, I would have had the old 18-volt XRP DeWalt, which were great tools, but they were limited basically because it's old technology, and coming out with lithium and brushless, I had to switch to something. And this was the beginning of expanding, and it was a big step. I've really enjoyed it. And I tried at that point to set up this trailer as efficient as possible, where I could handily get at tools. I got tubes in the side here. It allows me to, excuse me, store 28-foot ladders. I got two. I can carry 6 3-steppers. Originally I just had the 3, that's all I needed. It was just 2 or 3 guys working out of the trailer. Over here is where we store what we call our happy ladders. And they work as an extension ladder or a step ladder, so they do whatever it takes to make us happy. And we carry 2 of those. Recently though, we don't have enough room, and been stacking ladders in the center aisle. When we get to a job, we're pulling them out, and it's getting frustrating. But I have ordered a new trailer. It's supposed to come end of this year. It's a custom built aluminum from a local company around here, and it's going to be a little bigger, give us a little more space. And I'm currently working at coming out with a layout that's going to allow us to reach everything efficiently, never reach behind anything to get a different tool, and basically have everything on one layer. But it's taking a little bit of head scratching. It's not an easy thing to do, but I feel it'd be well worth it. And there's not something you find a lot of with rough construction ideas on trailer layout. Generally what you will find is very basic shelves, tools on the shelves. They have general areas for things, but I don't really like that approach. It's not efficient. So I'm going to give you a little run around inside this trailer. It's at the end of its life, and I thought even for myself, I would like to have a video showing what I had as time progresses and we go through the years. I have really no idea where I'll actually end up. Alright, so here's the outside of the trailer that I've been using now. I bought it used, so it had a lot of miles on it. I think it's approximately, it's 13 or 14 years old now, which I've only had 3 of those years. The skin was replaced at one point. It originally was an aluminum, and the guy who had it before me, he took it off and replaced it with steel flat stock because it was so rotten. And as you can see here, especially on the driver's side, gets the most salt. It's really rusted out. Now you can see where I was doing a bit of experimenting with paint. My new trailer is going to be coming in black and yellow with the logo done in black on the yellow. So I was just having some fun. Like to see what color yellow would work out the best, and I might actually paint the whole thing just because I can, and I'm crazy. So if we come in the trailer here, the back where you can see we have our 3 steppers. Normally I have 6, and it's been a work in progress. When I started, there were seldom more than 3 guys, and put our levels in here. We never had this second layer of 3 steppers. We only had the 3, so it never obstructed us getting in to the levels. Times have changed. That's definitely something that has to be improved with the next trailer. And the basic design here is what I started out with. Shelves on this side for fasteners, etc. You can see it's just 1 layer deep. I don't want to ever have to reach in, grab a box of screws behind another box of nails or whatever have you. Everything must be readily accessible. Top is a majority of it's just random. We have the roofing nailers here, jigsaw, drywall, screw guns, rotozip, and something we do is stock tin snips for guys so they can just buy them off of me. I can get them at a discounted rate if I buy them by the case. Star lights here. We really like these lights. They're a critical part of our work, especially in the winter here when we have more dark than light, and it allows us to increase our hours by quite a bit. Safety equipment all in one spot. Moco, caulking storage. I like to carry a variety of colors. This will be expanded in the next trailer, allowing us to carry a color to match every steel color that we commonly use in our buildings. Sledges, shovels, the miter saw stand. We're going to find a better place for it next time. Up here with our hoses, cords. It was an attempt at organized storage, but I was very limited with space, and it's fairly tight. It works, but it easily gets tangled. We have some safety ropes down in the corner. This toolbox here, it never used to be there when we started, and it gave us more room. I had the complete V for cords, hanging coats and whatnot all. But when we started into erecting steel buildings, we needed more space for sockets and spud wrenches, stuff like that. So I just had that sitting around, threw it in, and made use of it. Here is some more hooks for coats. The goal is to have a hook set up for each individual, so you've got a place for your raincoat, which we basically would class as mandatory gear. If it rains, we don't quit. If you're going to make payments, you can't sit at home just because the weather is a little bit contrary to what human nature wants. Microwave, chalk, some oils and stuff. Here's some of the, brighten up. Here's some of the power tools. Most of the smaller impacts are actually out on site with the other crew, but normally we would carry 5 or 6 along with 4 or 5 drills, and then the 4 heavy impacts in the back. There's a spot for 3 recips. I have one out in the shop right now. Here's the main toolbox where our bits are regular everyday stuff. The next one, definitely going to have latching drawers. It's utter nonsense to have them just sliding open. Try to have a simple way to have everything stored so everybody knows where to go. Stuff can't get mixed. This little drill bit organizer. The drill bits are garbage, but the organizer's handy. can label everything and also put a note what we use it for, so guys who are with less experience, they can easily pick out the appropriate drill bit. Then here is where we keep our saws. We have switched entirely from corded, except I think there's one corded saw left in there. I don't remember. The last time it was used, a farmer borrowed it to cut a bunch of mats out under the old stall that was being replaced, and we wanted our cordless ones, but hey, we'll let him use the corded one. A couple of grinders, heavy metal cutting saw. This is a critical part of building in my mind. It allows us to cut sheet metal safely without crushing ribs. It's fast, it's cool. Grinders are not permitted with zip wheels cutting steel because you will create rust. And the other crew needed a third SDS, so it's out of here. Table saw, not one of the more common used tools, but something we definitely like to have along. And down here, got cement saw, chainsaw, and the mixed oil. I always like to carry bolts and nuts and washers, and also Tapcons. We get them bulk, it's about half price, and we don't have to worry about running out. We switched to the screw in over the wedge anchor. I find it's a lot quicker and more efficient for what we do. Basically, we don't try to stock a lot of volume, simply a box of each different common size that we use. Our workbench over here, it gets piled full. We came back from a job, this is how it looks. If we need, 3 boxes of screws, they'll get thrown on the workbench. So in the next trailer, we'll definitely be having a larger bench. It allows us quicker individual job storage. The sequential chargers, typically there's 3 in this trailer. Find with 3, you can keep ahead of a 6-man crew quite easily, as long as you don't go for more than a day without the trailer plugged in. A couple of framing nailers, a couple of pass load gas nailers. That pretty much gives a overview. I guess one thing I didn't mention is I like to have a box for each guy, and what that allows them to do is carry a spare snips, spare tape measure, gloves in the winter, what have you, and I also carry tape measures in here for the guys, that way they can buy them at a discount. I hope this might have given somebody some ideas. I know when I was first laying out the trailer, I did quite a bit of looking around, trying to get ideas. But there's not a lot of ideas on YouTube or in general that cater to our type of work. You have guys like Ron Polk, which I just recently discovered. I really like his theme, the idea of not having boxes, not having things behind lids. It's easy to reach, you walk in, you grab it, you walk out. I think that's very critical from a performance efficiency aspect. Labor is becoming increasingly a higher percentage of the cost, and the more we can keep that down, the more competitive we can be. But those trailers that are set up very tidy, organized, generally tend to be the type of person who does finish carpentry. I think it has to do with the personality, and we do not do finish carpentry. We are rough framers. Production is our work. That's what we do. But I would like to take the organized approach to our work, and it's something that I enjoy. this is a starting point. I can't see the end. We can slide our 28-foot ladders in here. The next trailer I'm hoping to have more organized, more room. Now we are often running 5-6 guys out of a trailer, and you need space, you need area. There's just no way around it. Small and compact is great, but it doesn't work with the line of work that we do very well. So thanks for watching and enjoy your day.